Hey Space Watchers, and welcome back here from the 39th Space Symposium in Colorado Springs. We have just seen the opening ceremony of the symposium, and now I have the great pleasure and honor to talk with the DG of the European Space Agency, Dr. Josef Aschbacher. Josef, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm feeling wonderful, just receiving an award, not for myself, but for all the teams and all the people who have made this possible. Euclid is an amazing mission, and I would say they really deserve it, because they have done an incredible job.
Yeah, absolutely, so congratulations to the Space Award of the Space Symposium, of the Space Foundation, to the Euclid mission. It's fantastic. So, let's go into our interview. So, you're here at the Space Symposium I think for the last few years, if I'm not mistaken. So what can Europe, what can ESA learn from the US?
Oh, there's a lot to learn. If you go to the exhibition hall, if you talk to people, it is just incredible what is happening, how fast it is going. The acceleration you see in the United States in space is really it's quite amazing. And this is something I would like to take back home to Europe. The message of how fast space is developing, how important space is for society, and also how important it is as an economic factor, because there's money to be made, and a lot of companies are approaching us and see whether they would like to open shop in Europe. Of course, I'm very concerned that the European talents and European people are opening shop in Europe, and that they have opportunities which we as ESA would like to provide and to prepare.
Speaking about the US, we just saw that the Mars sample return mission being suspended. What does that mean for the ESA support mission, Earth return orbiter, and so on?
Let's correct. The mission is not suspended. There's a review ongoing on how the architecture of Mars sample return has to be reorganized. So this is still ongoing. We will hear the results actually in a couple of days. And then we will make sure that our contribution of the European Space Agency is adequately inserted. I can guarantee that our contribution is on time, is planned, and we are working with our industry to make sure that we are a strong, reliable partner to NASA in the Mars sample return mission. And we will work with them. Of course, even if the architecture will change, we will see what needs to be done in order to accommodate and make sure that our contribution is well placed within the wider context.
So your hope is that there is a changed architecture and the mission will go on?
Yes, absolutely. I'm pretty confident the mission will go on, but maybe under different circumstances and in a slightly different configuration. But I cannot speculate. We
Absolutely.
Wait for the result of the reviews, which are coming soon. So then we will see what exactly this architecture will look like.
Staying on Mars, as NASA is, as you just mentioned, it's rearranging budget. What will that mean also for our European program, ExoMars? Does that have an influence?
ExoMars is our priority on Mars exploration. I'm very grateful to our member states that they have been really committing at the last ministerial conference to do it after we had to separate our cooperation from Russia for very obvious reasons because of the sanctions. So we had to completely restart. We have done it as I would say 90% European mission, but the 10% which we get as a contribution from NASA is essential. And there I have to say that in this year's budget, the NASA contribution for ExoMars, so for the ESA ExoMars mission, is foreseen, and this is really good news. And I'm very happy and very grateful to NASA that they are helping us in order to make sure that the ExoMars mission will succeed and we can launch before in 2028 actually to go to Mars, make a drill into the Mars surface and really take a probe, analyze it there, and see whether we can identify traces of life. And this is what is so exciting about ExoMars.
It's wonderful to hear that these missions that are going on and Mars is not lost. So that's something I would really like to highlight. Last question from me before we are running out of time. You and ESA announced the UN Space Bridge Initiative in December at the World Space Forum, and it might ride up on ESA's alley as well. How does both bodies coordinate the activities on that?
I mean, with UNOSA, we have a very good relationship. We are actually, I would say, the strongest partner of the international space agencies of UNOSA. We have a lot of activities. We are sponsoring workshops, initiatives. We come to the COPOS meetings, and our agenda is very much aligned with the one of UNOSA, especially on sustainability. We are doing a lot on sustainability on one side, of course, using our satellite for planet Earth, for climate change, for the observation of our planet. On the other side, also on debris removal. We have just put the Zero Debris Charter on the table. It is ready for signature. And again, UNOSA might be a very important partner in giving us global access to the community and really working with us on how this can be further promoted. So yes, this cooperation is very strong, and I'm really looking forward to the next steps.
That's great to hear. Josef, thank you very much for your time. And with that, SpaceWatch out.